Anybody else? Ms. Byrne?
Cindy Burnham, 71 Wallace Street. I was here a few meetings ago, and I had asked that we reschedule the public hearing for Maple Cove, and you folks told me no. The council meets on the second and fourth Wednesdays of every month, correct? However, in December, you've changed your meeting schedules for years now to be the first and third Wednesday of the month in December, because you all know that the last week in December people are away and it's a terrible time to have a meeting.
We're all going to be here. Nobody's going away.
So what I'm asking you is, since the council doesn't have their regular meetings during the month of December, which is usually the second and fourth Wednesday, you changed it to your first and third. How can you justify having a public hearing on something as important as taking, river access, public access off the Rossi? It seems to me that you would want to make it at a different time if you were being truly transparent.
That calendar is set at the beginning of the year. It was part of the clerk puts together the meeting dates, and we're all notified as to what the meeting dates are it's the first of the year.
Well, actually, we can't have a meeting on Christmas Day, and that's the fourth Wednesday. That's why it was changed.
Well, why didn't you, it's a bad week
And
between Christmas.
But that calendar is presented at the first meeting of the year, and we all vote on it. And I'm quite certain that in the coming weeks, you'll receive that information, and you'll see that it is something that gets the meeting calendar for the year.
Okay, it's always the same, except for December when you changed the meetings because of the bad
But
holiday week.
But
It's not because of the week, it's because a holiday may happen on a council night, like this year. We like each other, but we don't want to have Christmas dinner in this room together.
Understandable, but really, in all honesty, I mean, you know the timing is bad for this. If there was a time to have a public hearing that you didn't want anybody to go to, it would be December 30th, on a Monday night at 6 o'clock. I mean, I don't know, you folks know that obviously me getting into the council, the people want change. And I don't think doing this, holding a public hearing on December 30th, you can all sit up there and justify it, but the people on the outside are saying, this is crazy, this is fishy, it's December 30th. Obviously, everyone knows that you're doing it December 30th because of the holiday week.
I have no problem with changing the date if that's what the council wants. I've said that from day one.
Yes,
The
you have.
problem is something else.
Yes, the council.
No, the council's not the problem.
They won't change the date,
No, the problem is something else.
the advertisements.
This particular notice has been legally published and advertised for 6 weeks. It's a 6-week notification.
It's only
So if you had a problem with it 6 weeks ago, you could have told us we would have changed it.
I told you as soon as I found out. I don't think it was 6 weeks ago. 3 weeks, yes, 3 weeks ago, and I was here about 3 weeks ago. And I know it's $48.
But the urgency of this is, we received a letter in November 25th saying, from the DEP saying, what are you going to do? And it prompted the fact that we need to have the hearing and decide this matter. So the public notice was posted. We have to have the hearing. We gave the notice.
Well, Mr. Sickles,
And this is just to share the information. There will be no action taken by the
You can't take
council.
action.
Any action by the council will be done at a public meeting, where then again, the public will have a chance to give their presentation.
So nothing's going to happen.
see, I don't agree with that, and I've reconferred with the DEP again, and I think that you folks are putting it out there and making it seem like, oh, there'll be more time for the public to come, hoping that the public won't come on
Let me
December
make this
30th.
unequivocally clear, and I won't use Latin. I have said it before, that notwithstanding this public hearing, which will take place on December 30th, whatever is received in terms of comments from that public hearing will be communicated to whoever's sitting at this council in 2014. Ultimately, whether any action is taken on this particular property or properties in terms of its rosy status or any other status, that recommendation, that action will be a formal action of this governing body to the DEP. We are not going to leave a recommendation to one or two people sitting on a dais on December 30th. We will ultimately make the recommendation. We've said that, whatever that recommendation is. And you're going to be at this table in 2014 to be a participant in that recommendation.
However, Mr. Mayor, with all due respect, you're saying it your way, but when I talk to the DEP, they're telling me that all of the transcripts and everything that comes out during the public hearing on the 30th then goes to the DEP where they make the decision.
What if we tell
As
them
to-
that that's not what we want?
Yeah, but you
We
see,
have an input.
this
It's
is Green
municipal
Acres money,
property.
this is green, you have borrowed money. You have put these properties on and borrowed against these properties, and you have been in violation.
Correction, we did not receive any Green Acres money for these properties.
No, they're unfunded.
We
But-
did not get DEP or Green Acres money for these properties,
Well, I
period.
disagree, because the Mohawk Pond
That is
application,
not this property.
you
The
used,
properties that we are discussing on the 30th did not receive any DEP Green Acres money. We did not use any DEP Green Acres money on these properties.
you used it
That's
to
the
get
fact.
Green Acres money for Mohawk Pond and East Side Park renovation. And I'll bring that up at the hearing, but okay, thank you.
Anybody else?